Good evening and a very warm welcome to this webinar on, AI for business. Essentially, I can only tell you one thing. I mean, I don't want to talk about the kind of, uh, the amount of stuff that is being spoken about AI, right? In the domain, I think we all know about it. But I just want to share one thing, that there couldn't have been a better time to do this program, or to pursue a program like this, to kind of get absolute clarity about what is AI, what does it entail, what are the technologies, understanding of the technologies that build the stack for AI, and how you can apply it from a business perspective in various scenarios across domains, right from a finance, marketing, sales, etc. And there is nobody better than IIM Ahmedabad and Professor Adrija Majumdar. I would like to welcome her to this webinar, and welcome you all also. So we have Professor Adrija Majumdar, who is a faculty member and the current chairperson of the Information Systems area at IIM Ahmedabad. She has completed her PhD from IIM Calcutta in Management Information Systems and holds a Bachelor in Technology degree in Information Technology. She has been a senior research assistant at the City University of Hong Kong, and she was also a member of the marketing area and the executive committee member of the Center of AI at IIM Ahmedabad. She has authored multiple teaching cases which are registered with IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Calcutta. And she's also been involved in executive teaching with organizations operating in the field of retail, manufacturing, healthcare, infrastructure, finance, banking. At IIMA, she teaches the courses on digital transformation, social media analytics, managerial computing, and her research itself includes social media analytics and text mining. Her research articles have been published in reputed international journals, and her work has been presented at several international and national conferences and has won multiple Best Paper awards. I think, without much ado, I would like to hand it over to Professor Adrija, and I can only tell you that you're in the best hands for you to kind of take this program ahead. Over to you, Professor Adrija.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mehta, for that kind note and introduction. Very warm welcome to all of you to this webinar. We'll be talking about this program and the motivation behind the program before we sort of delve into the finer aspects of it. This field, as you know, has been around for a long, long time, right? But suddenly, in the last decade or so, there has been a strong interest towards AI, machine learning, and so on and so forth. Every day, to keep pace with this area, we have to read through, different articles, different papers, blogs, and it's a tough task, right? There's information overload, I would say, right? And where to start? Knowing AI in pieces is what most of you are doing right now. But through this program, we wanted to talk about the entire space, and most importantly, with the focus on the business side. AI for business, right? So the whole intent is to learn about AI, and then how we can use AI to unlock better potential for our business. And most of you have, I'm sure, a lot of business experience, which again makes you extremely suitable for this program, because you can understand then, with the content we cover on AI, how to leverage AI to your respective domains. So that's the I would say the starting point for this program. So if you see, this program covers both technical and as well as business side. Now, many of you would be sort of, out of, coding or out of, technology learning, and that's completely fine. Yeah. So the idea is not to make you better coders. In fact, you'll be, I think, agreeing with me that coding job is getting more and more replaced, right? You're talking about vibe coding, this and that. So technical component is required because you want to appreciate the technology more. So for that, you need to understand certain foundational elements of AI. And that's what we do in this program, as well as, how can you use these technologies for different application areas and other things. I'll talk about it in a bit. Right. So, this program, I would say, is well, crafted because it sort of covers both these areas. So if I talk about AI and not talk about the technology, I'm not doing justice. Again, if I just focus on techniques, again, and, without talking about the business applications, that would also be a half-baked job. And coming from IIM Ahmedabad, you would expect how to use AI for better business outcomes, right? So that's where we have positioned our program. I'll just share, some slides just to sort of make it visually little engaging. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it's full screen.
Okay, fair. So, the term AI, just a quick question. When was this coined? Any idea? Without using Google or GPT? So it's been there. This actually was coined in a conference in Dartmouth around 1955 by John McCarthy. And he defined it as the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. So this is the, definition I also adopt many times in my teaching. So it's a simple definition, the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. Now, what changed? Why this term was there in 1955? And then, of course, in bits and pieces, things kept happening. In fact, some of the foundational algorithms like of machine learning, neural nets, those were getting developed. But, the interest for the larger community was not so much, right? Of course, in the last 2 decades, this has changed, and especially if you see the last 3-4 years, I would say, with GPT coming in, this has just exploded. Now every day we are talking about agents, AI agents. We are talking about large language models. There is plethora of terms which is out there, and it's sometimes very confusing. So what changed? So typically what changed was, of course, the processing power has improved, data generation capabilities. We have been generating data from multiple sources. Look at social media data, look at data from sensors, look at data from stock exchanges. So data generating capabilities have increased, and most importantly, processing power has increased. And that's why if you see there's so much of interest, and most importantly, people have started to understand what are some of the good applications of AI that I can use in my organization, right? So the performance and scope frontier of AI is increasing every day. Yeah. What do I mean by scope frontier? So in fact, if you see our program, we touch upon different application areas. So this is an AI in business program in general, but we have chosen different application area where you will see the use of AI for different reasons, right? So it could be used for enhancing customer experience, to improve customer centricity. AI could be used for operational efficiency, uh, across different, so some of the indicative functional areas like in finance and banking, insurance industry, there's some amazing use cases of how AI is being used in finance, insurance, and we will be discussing these cases in detail in our class. Manufacturing, again, there are some tremendous strong use cases of AI in the manufacturing domain, retail, supply chain, healthcare. And through our program, we are going to talk about all these areas, right? So this is about the application or the scope of AI, where you can use AI in different ways. You can use for different reasons, for operational gains, for consumer, making it more consumer centric, so on and so forth. But as I said, if I don't understand the foundations of AI, I will not be doing a good job. And that is why we need to learn a little bit about the technical aspects, right? So because of that, we're going to start. So as I told you, this term was coined in 1955. So there is a lot of understanding that is required. And we would like you to have a very structured understanding. I would like you to appreciate how things have moved. Everyone is talking about AI agents, LLM, but there is a lot more to appreciate in AI, a lot more to appreciate, because through that also you'll be able to, identify use cases in your organization, identify better opportunities of AI in your business, and so on and so forth. So because of that, we talk about machine learning foundations, talk about deep learning foundations. Again, the intent is not to make, not to sort of make you a coder, but just to appreciate the concepts, the different, state-of-the-art algorithms which are part of these topics and domains, natural language processing, large language models, and of course, we also talk about the, newer AI agents and so on and so on, right? So these are some of the technical indicative topics. When I talk about technical indicative topics, as I said, we'll appreciate the ideas more, right? So typically faculty members, whoever is discussing these topics, they will provide you with, let's say, the code book or whatever to illustrate it. So what you have to have is appreciation for technology. If you see, let's say a Google Colab notebook or some Python code, the idea is you should not be scared. It's okay. What we are trying to do is illustrate those technical concepts through those, let's say, code books, right? And in the process, if you want to learn, that's great. So we'll also have certain hands-on sessions to cover the newer, let's say particularly for AI agents, we'll have dedicated sessions so that, you can also, because these are much more, I would say, user-friendly to do and create. So we'll have dedicated sessions for that. But again, I think some of you might be thinking that, is it too technical? No, it's not technical. It is required because you need to appreciate the technology, the algorithms, because if you don't have that appreciation, you will not be able to appreciate the application part of it, right? So that is where, this is coming from. So we have, as I said, this component. And next, as I said, we also look at the different applications area, and these are indicative, as I suggested. Now, yes, application area, I know how I'm going to use AI in different sectors, etc. Of course, as you know, IIM Ahmedabad is known for its case-based pedagogy. So, of course, the dominant way of instruction would be through cases. It's extremely immersive. You get to assume the role of a decision maker. You get to appreciate the different challenges involved, and so on and so forth, right? I'll talk about the pedagogy in some time again. So one is the technical concept. One is you want to appreciate, you see the application area in the business context, how AI have been used for different reasons across different sectors. And even, let's say, if you're from banking, sometimes it helps to also understand what's happening in other sectors, other functional areas, and draw inspiration from those areas, right? So rather, I would say keep your mind open. So let's say if you could be from retail, but there are lots to learn from, let's say, the other industries as well, and adopt those learnings. Now coming to the third part of it, you need to manage the AI ecosystem. Ultimately, it's within an organization where you are, taking this AI journey, right? And for that, the moment it's about the organization issues, human issues come up. So first and foremost, focus here would be integration of AI into the business landscape. There are some wonderful cases where AI actually has changed the business models of organization, right? Much more transformational aspects of AI. In certain cases, it has been that AI is just being used on the fringes for some particular specific tasks. So we cover, AI as a transformational technology. And if you're doing that, you need to take care of many things. There is, of course, people issues that come up. So we talk about all these things. How do you manage change? How do you manage the AI transformation in this module? Importance of data readiness. Ultimately, when you talk about AI projects, uh, data is of supreme. It's the most important thing, right? So how do you create a culture of data readiness? How do you think, from a data-driven mindset? Is what we cover in this module. There'll be instructors from different, areas from HR as well, who are going to come and talk about the future of work, how AI is changing the workforce domain, so the job skills that will emerge, or how do you manage these changes? These are big questions. These are big issues. So how do you sort of manage those things would be covered as part of this module. And again, we also need to take care of the privacy, security, so which is also something we're going to talk about in this module, right? So far, technical module, managing the AI ecosystem, application area. And the fourth, of course, related to this is again responsible AI. AI ethics and governance, explainable AI. So many times you're just not chasing a very, high accuracy model. You want to know why this is happening. And in certain regulated industries, explaining this why is extremely important. Whenever you try to chase this question of why, what happens is people start believing you. You can take people along whenever you say why this is happening, right? So we speak about explainable AI also in our program. We touch upon AI ethics and governance. And we'll also invite industry speakers, right? So beyond the faculty members, there'll be some industries, people who are working in this domain, who are experts of this field, who will come and speak to you. And we'll also have some sessions on emerging technologies and AI. How do you integrate other technologies, this digital twin, etc. IoT, etc. How do you integrate those emerging tech? And again, this AI frontier is just expanding every day. So new things are coming up. So we're also going to talk about some of these tech as part of this program. Now, in terms of pedagogy, I just highlighted that IIMA is known for its case-based, participant-centric pedagogy, and that's what we're going to follow in many of our sessions. Why do we follow this? Because you can immerse yourself in real-life context, real-life settings. You appreciate the challenges. It helps you to take better decisions, right? So many of our sessions would be around case-based. But when we talk about techniques, you need to learn about things. And that's where we would also, beyond case-based discussion, we'll also have some lectures, simulations, and hands-on sessions, right? So as I said, majority of most of our learnings would be through cases. And again, case-based discussions, also creates that opportunities to learn from the peers. I learn from you all. You learn from your friends, colleagues. So this all happens beautifully when we use case-based pedagogy, and that's one of the key instructional style that we follow in this program as well. But as I said, given there is a technical module, maybe in some of the sessions we'll be having lectures, simulations, and hands-on. Especially, as I said, like for agents, AI agents, etc., we'll be having a hands-on session. Now let's move on to the faculty who will be teaching. Of course, there will be IIM Ahmedabad faculty members from information systems area, Professor Swamin Deodar, Professor Sanjay Verma, I, many others from our area, and from operations also we'll have faculties coming in. We'll talk about AI, especially for supply chain domain and so on and so forth. We will also have an international guest faculty who will be talking about different aspects, especially emerging tech and AI, and AI, managing the AI ecosystem, and so on and so forth. And there will be some industry speakers as well as part of this course, right? And most importantly, peer learning. Yeah. So you are all, I mean, this would be a beautiful cohort where you're all engaging on AI. And this, I think, creates a great platform to learn from each other. So as I said, I learn from you, you learn from me, you all learn from each other. That's the beauty, I would say. And yeah, graduate as a lifelong learner. That's what we say at IIM Ahmedabad. Uh, Now, yeah, so I think that is what the program is all about. But I would be happy to take more questions. I think, Somak, you would be discussing the other logistical issues, right?
Right. Yeah, I think
Right.
we'll ask Somak if you can just give a snapshot of the program so that everybody gets a good perspective in a very short time about what the program is all about. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining this particular webinar. And I'm just sharing my screen so that you can go through the snapshot. Just a second. Is it visible?
Not yet.
Yeah. So this is the snapshot of this executive program in AI for Business, batch 1. So the program duration is 6 to 7 months, and we will be completing this program somewhere in May or June. The dates will be announced very soon for the final campus. And the eligibility criteria are like working executives with graduation of equivalent to 10 plus 2 plus 3. That means should be a degree holder in any discipline with 50% of marks. And the experience profile, we have kept it for at least 3 years, especially in information technology or related technical or business field. And like the aspire, we are also looking for candidates who must be willing to learn technical concepts, because that is very important for this particular program. And see, the people who are from different backgrounds, like they are working in capacity of senior, middle, or junior, or mixed, or entrepreneurs, etc., with language skills are preferred for this particular program. So as you all know, like you have to write an SOP for this particular program when you apply.
I just interject, the screen is not visible. Many participants have written on the chat.
It's not
Somak, if
visible.
you can just, yeah, you can maybe just stop and share the PPT.
Yeah,
and
I will reshare. I will
Yeah.
reshare. Is it visible now?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
it's
can make it
visible
full
now.
screen.
Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So the mode of delivery, we come to the mode of delivery part. It is live online, direct to device, D2D. Plus, we do also have campus. So basically the campus, the program starts with 3 days. The entire program has 5 days campus, and we have divided into 2 visits. So the program starts with 3 days campus, and the program ends with the final 2 days of campus. And apart from that, you have every Sunday classes from 3 to 6 p.m., which you can access on D2D. And the certificate you will be getting after completion of this program is a certificate of completion. And the attendance required, which is not mentioned here, is 80%. And the program fee is 3,20,000 plus 18% GST, payable in 2 equal installments. And the application fee is 2,000 rupees plus 18% GST, which is to be paid during the time of applying for the program. So the process is you have to apply first and then update all your documents, and you have to write a strong SOP, statement of purpose. On the basis of that, if you are selected, you will get a direct offer letter from IIM Ahmedabad. And once you accept the offer, you have to make the first initial payment of 1,60,000 plus GST as the first installment payment. So this is the program snapshot. Next, we go to the next page. We have the important dates for this particular program. So the last date of application is very near. It's 23rd of October. We are almost about to, the batch closure and the technical orientation. Once the batch is closed, there will be a technical orientation before you reach IIM Ahmedabad for the first campus. So the dates are to be finalized, and we will intimate to the all selected candidates. The first campus of the batch is from 4th to 6th November. So the first 3 days, as mentioned earlier, are 4th to 6th November. So people who are selected for this program and those who will be at the part of cohort will be reaching the campus a day early on 3rd evening, and 6th after classes, they have to check out from the campus. And the final campus dates are tentatively in May or June when the program ends. For the last 2 days, you have to again be in the campus for the certification and the assessments, pending assessments. And you can always reach us. The first number 8860876846 is our academic advisors numbers. You can connect to this number and reach us to us. And the next number is mine personal. You can definitely get in touch with me to have any queries. So that's it. And I would appreciate you should go through the brochure. You should take the information of the program from the website and reach us as early as possible if interest for this program. Thank you so much. And rest, we will have the Q&A session with the professor. Whatever questions you have in mind, you can definitely ask, and we will try to address individually and each one of the questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I think, we'll start with a Q&A, but we have some questions in the chat. So we can, do that. And I think, you can raise your hand. So maybe, Burhan, you could unmute people who have raised their hands and allow them to ask questions in audio. Yeah. So please unmute yourself and then you can ask the question.
Hi, this is Siddharth Shah. Good evening.
Hi, Siddharth. Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you. So thank you, first of all, Professor Adrija, Darayus, and Shomak for the orientation. And I think it's a great start. The course being offered by IIM Ahmedabad definitely is, something which everybody would look forward to. I've been in contact with the coordination, the admissions coordinations team, and my question is largely around the alumni status. So I'll keep it very brief because I know a lot of people would have to ask questions. Given that it's a 6 to 7 month course, and the logic that I was explained for the alumni status states that there's some 84 odd sessions each for 3 years that qualifies one to get an IIM Ahmedabad or any IIM alumni status. This, I believe, falls short by 20 sessions. And the question is that you may, consider that, a lot of people are not just spending money, but a good amount of time, effort, and, sacrifices on the personal time as well on a Sunday to learn something interesting, definitely. Is there any consideration by the faculty or by the IIM Ahmedabad, stakeholders in order to make this slightly expanded? If it's 20 sessions, is like too close for this not to be qualified for an alumni status. So if that could be done, is my question.
Should I address it, Mr. Mehta?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I think learning is most important for the program, right? And of course, given it's IIM Ahmedabad, IIM alumni status is also a great opportunity to have. But it's not that you will, if you do this program, you're not eligible for other programs. So 64 sessions. And if you do, let's say, any other program, typically a lot of OEPs, on-campus executive programs, are about 20 sessions, right? And you get a choice to sort of, let's say, club it up with other domains or disciplines that you want to learn beyond AI. So you may do this program plus another program if you want to become an alum of IIMA, and that covers it. And Other participants from different other BLPs have also been doing that, who wants to become an IIM and
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
Krunal, you can ask a question.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much for this webinar. First of all, it's a good webinar. I just want to understand the technicality that you are going to cover. Like, are you going to cover up the Gen AI or the agentic AI, and what kind of RAG and all those things in during the program itself or not? So I'm bit honestly speaking, bit technical stuff. Okay, I just want to understand a very deep level. So that is the reason actually I'm asking this.
So I'll be very honest. If you want to understand the techniques in greater depths, this program is not the program, because technique would be probably 30-35% of the entire. Yeah, we'll be referring to it. We'll talk whatever you mentioned, Gen AI agents. We will be covering sessions. There will be dedicated, as I told you, hands-on session on AI agents. An industry speaker would come and do those workshops. So we will be covering, but let's say for 64 sessions, if you want to learn about techniques, this program is not about it. We will cover techniques. We will cover, the technologies or the terms you mentioned, but we're also going to focus on the application part of it, on the business side.
So are you not going to cover any kind of frameworks like AutoGen and or?
Yeah, we are going to cover, but let's say AI agents, I would say, it might just take a whole lot of time. And if I just want to focus on AI agents and the different frameworks, we will cover some of it. Yes, we will cover some of it.
But you're at very high level.
Not a high level. You will be, exposed. But if you want to learn only about AI agents and, not appreciate other things, perhaps you will not be too happy with the program content, because AI agents is there, but there are many other things as well, right? So we will be discussing AI agents. We will be discussing some of the frameworks that people are using to create those agents. But as I said, we'll be covering much more other things as well.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, Suchita, you can ask your question. Suchita, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, my question is more around, is this like for the leadership level? Or because I somewhere heard that even 3 years plus experienced people are being considered, or is it like a managerial level? That is one. And second is, you said it will cover various areas of business. So anything specific for supply chain?
Yeah, supply chain I did mention, right? Supply chain I did mention. We'll have few, couple of cases from supply chain, from like a supply chain expert of IIM Ahmedabad. Yeah, that will be there. We would, as I, start of the webinar, I mentioned that this program is suitable for them who knows business, who appreciates business, who has seen the business side of it, right? And if you think about 3 year, I think it's more about the learnings from business. Someone can be working for 10 years, but could have very limited exposure, or maybe one very myopic way of understanding business, right? So we didn't want to limit that. Plus, some diversity always helps in class. But typically speaking, people who appreciates business, have seen business side of things, this program is more suitable for them.
And what is the average level, professor, like average experience group you have seen coming for this session, like on an average,
So
how many years?
it's typically, I don't have an exact number, but somewhere 10 plus is what we're looking.
Suchita, you can actually see the cohort here. I
Yeah.
mean, you
So
can visibly see the cohort here actually. So while 3 years is like eligibility criteria, the selection can of course focus on the experience cohort itself. But let me also share that in a domain like this, younger cohorts bring in the kind of agility and knowledge which senior people like us sometimes kind of would like to learn from them. So having a diversity
Yeah.
in a program like this helps.
Sure, sure. I understand. Thank you so much. My concern was only this, that would it benefit somebody who is who are aspiring or currently in C level? So would that help, or because the whole conversation becomes very different at that level, right?
Absolutely, why not? Because at the end of the day, even at that level, you're going to work with youngsters, who will be driving this function, right? So yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, Partha, you could go ahead.
Thank you, madam, for sharing the program objective and the other related details. My intention to ask a question here in respect of we do discharge different roles in our organizations and we have specific responsibilities, right? So in respect of the learning outcome, whatever we learn, right, hands-on or case study based, how do we integrate that to our specific role, say, especially in the context of, let's say, solution architect, business architect, there is view head, PNL head. So in terms of the different roles, how do you integrate the learning outcome? That is my specific questions.
I think it's very individual. The question that you have asked, you'll be able to answer it yourself once you go through the program. Takeaways would be very different. Your organization's setup, structure more. So AI's, application is widespread, right? And as I said, through this program, we cover most of it. And again, through this is a 6-month long program, and the question that you asked right now, you'll be able to answer it the best once you go through it.
Okay.
So, Partha, one of the ways of relating with executive education is that, you kind of read up, come prepared to the class, faculty take you through the concepts, and then you apply it, the learnings in the case, like do it yourself. And then you you work on a project assignment, you do your assessments. Now, all through this, if you kind of keep on relating to your experience and to your organization and ask questions related to that, automatically, that will answer your question. It's how you are applying this program to your domain, your function, your role, right? Yeah.
Right.
And just to add, Partha, that's, it's an important question you asked. We also have a capstone module. So there again, it's a great opportunity to apply those, concepts that we will be covering over the last 4-5 months, and to have a better grasp of things, and again, related back to, your organization and the roles that you're talking about.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Deepak, please unmute and ask a question.
Yeah, so my questions are very basic, maybe. So one thing is this a first batch? Because I just got the invitation through SMS. So is it first batch, or it's one of the many batches for this specific program?
Yeah, so we didn't have a BLP. So I offer a program, OEP, which is a short program, but we only talk about, the strategic aspect. But then there was no program which talks about both techniques as well as the business side of it. So this is the first time IIM Ahmedabad we are launching this program. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Second thing is, I know you have covered, see, most of the people, if you see on the call as well, some of them are 20 plus years or more than that, right? And we are having a varied set of experienced people over here. So when it comes to hands-on, what's the knowledge we are looking at it from the learning perspective? Because that should not become a blocker in case.
Nothing. That should not be a blocker. That's the whole point. That's why someone asked me that, is it about techniques only? And I discourage that person, right? So that should not be the case. But again, you need to appreciate or understand how things are working. How is it like everyone is talking about agents, this, that, and especially some of these things are easily replicable. Or when you learn about, let's say, one technique, let's say one algorithm, it feels very jarring. It feels like there's so much math. Our idea is not to make you uncomfortable with that. Our idea is to make you understand the core concepts of it, because AI, if someone doesn't talk about the technology, we are not doing justice. I'm just repeating the same thing. So that's why intent for the technical module is to make you understand those concepts and illustrate application. And many times a code book will be given and you can run it and see how whatever you've learned in class, how it is being demonstrated. And there will be some peers in your class who might be slightly more advanced in terms of their technical knowledge, and you feel free to take their help, feel free to ask the faculty. So that should never be a an area of concern. As I said, you should appreciate. It should not be like, I should never open that code book, or I'll be like, I'll keep my ears closed when we talk about hands-on session on AI agents or whatever we're discussing. Just have an appreciation for the technology. That is what we're looking at. That mindset is what we are looking at. And this is very important, when you do this program, and also in your organization, when you're running these projects, many times people don't want to know, oh, it's AI or whatever, I want to shut myself off. That's the whole point. Just have the appreciation of the technology.
Fine. Okay. Abhijit, yeah, would you like to? Yeah, go ahead, Abhijit.
I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes.
Hi, Professor. So my question is about application, which we are talking about. You rightly said the AI, we need to know the technology because it is the way it is it's a field that we are playing into, and AI is impacting every domain as a tool or as a processes. So two questions. When we want to deploy any technology in the system, I think one is a technology itself, the work is there, but definitely that will be taken care by the technical people. But the costing comes a lot into a picture, and generally AI sits into the cloud technologies. So the cloud technology oriented costings becomes prominent practice to find out whether the case is case is applicable in the context given in the business of any operations. And we expect IIM Ahmedabad as a paramount for doing the finance of case studies or finance of any. So how this costing will really get practice while by considering any particular context of any particular AI deploying in the processes, while understanding what things are going to change in the organization, and how the costing will be practiced in the program, or costing, its pricing on the end product in the business, but how the costing will be get calculated in the case studies will be practiced in the program. That is what my core focus.
You're saying that cost as a dimension to choose AI projects?
Yes, when you are going to choose a AI project,
we will talk about it, but ultimately, it's your organization who will be spending. But how do you select projects? How do you the cost aspects, etc. Some of these will come up in case discussion.
Okay.
I think, if I may just add, since we've been counseling candidates, we have some candidates who are actually alums of SMP Senior Management Program who have shown interest in this program. And they are actually from the data center industry who are running AI products and services, So, within your cohort, I am very sure that you will have people who are practicing AI, who are implementing, deploying, managing AI. Right. So, obviously, you could also kind of connect with them and have a good.
Basically, I can maybe briefly tell you that I have gone similar program from MIT US, and it was a great program to give the exposure of AI and its coding part. It's different machine learning models, and it was very extensive. But somehow when we realize it impact through cloud engineering, or you're doing everything in the cloud, and understanding those basic fundamentals is also necessary. And where the costing is sitting in that particular it is very easily visible over there. But if that would have been touched upon, it would have been more meaningful to application, rather than otherwise it remains
For the implementation part of it,
it
right?
remains it remains
Get
in
your
the
feedback.
conceptual part
We'll,
more.
Yeah.
But it does not really go to the proposal level that you can confidently talk about with the numbers.
Got it.
we'll,
Yeah,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll take your
We,
feedback.
we, we will be having some discussions on it. Yes, there is a faculty who talks about these things, and we'll have some discussion on.
Sharmishta, you would like to ask a question?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for it. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that introduction, first of all. I wanted to ask, I think in-person presence is required for IIM Ahmedabad. That's the first question that I wanted to ask. I missed that, like what was the given as an introduction. Secondly, especially for mid to senior level management, there are many times where clients come and ask, can you help me create an AI strategy or a roadmap for my organization? So will this course kind of give insights onto how to create those strategies and help clients?
Absolutely, absolutely, Sharmishta. We will, there's a lot of focus on that part. What you asked about, those roadmap or strategies, of course, from the program, I think at the end of it, you'll be able to talk about those things very, very efficiently. And I'll also cover the first point. Yes, there are 2 campus visits, in-person visits. So 3-day at the start of the program, which is November 4, 5, 6. And again, around 6 months later, we'll have another, when the program completes, there'll be again an on-campus module, and the others are every Sunday 3 to 6 online.
Thank you so much. Can I is the entire content which was being shown, can it be shared with us on the email that we have registered? Or
we'll
Yes.
get back.
Yeah. Okay.
We will be
Thank
sharing
you.
the recording of the webinar. It's to all the participants. Once we complete this webinar, we will be sharing the recording of this particular webinar to all of you, so that you can have a you can go through it. You can go through it and get your queries resolved once again. And apart from that,
you so much. Yeah.
questions are all okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Rajiv, would you like to ask a question?
Hi. Thanks for giving this chance. Ma'am, thank you for taking us through all these particular points.
Can you speak a little louder? I think we're not able to hear. Yeah, that would be better.
Much
Right.
clear? Okay. Ma'am, my question is on 2 particular points. While yes, many of the things are case to case basis and on the requirements of that particular business, I would like to understand at what point will this particular course help us to definitely understand how AI will help us improve and conclude and help us make decisions in our you can say projects or business. That is one thing, one aspect. And the second aspect is definitely one of the person has already raised that deploying our projects and utilizing them, how will that also be covered, like digital transformation part and all those things, will it be covered?
Yeah, so as I said, when I speak about AI, managing the AI ecosystem, right? If you recall the modules I was talking about, that particularly that managing the AI ecosystem will have conversations around digital transformation. But of course, when we talk about digital transformation, it could be different technologies, but here our focus is, how AI, using AI, how do you manage that transformation? And absolutely, we'll have a lot of discussions around that.
Okay. I think, Siddharth, you have another question.
Himanshu, I think.
Yeah, and Himanshu also, yeah.
Hi. I had a question. Vis-a-vis there are other programs that are being run by IIM Bangalore and other IIM, cities, wherein such executive programs also have an immersion which is outside of India. One of my colleagues had attended a leading with digital transformation by IIM Bangalore, and then there was a an immersion, or maybe more like not an exchange, but they were actually asked to travel to Germany and get some really first-hand experience. So I know in terms of AI, maybe an industrial visit or something may not be so seemingly fit, but is there any opportunity to, or maybe is there any kind of, in this course, is that being thought about?
No, not, there's no, we have, as I said, we have capstone module. Again, that is where you can, work on projects, problem statements. There'll be industry speakers. So, through them, you can learn more about what they are doing, what they have found to be useful, and so on and so forth. So we'll have, few industry speakers as part of this program. But there is no international immersion component. And there's an international faculty who is going to teach in this program. Yes, that is good.
Thank you.
Himanshu, please unmute and ask your question.
Hi, good evening, Professor and facilitators from VC now. So my question is specific to, let's say, the application for marketing professionals, Professor, where, let's say, how much of the focus and coverage will be there for marketing professionals with respect to, let's say, the user journeys or personalizing user journey, and, the entire application on social media, maybe, on the smart managing of the campaign side. Plus, there are a lot of these tools around mid-journey for videos and, images. So the entire ecosystem of marketing with respect to online, right? So while retail is mentioned as being covered as one of these sectors, but when it comes to digital marketing, like, sectors like e-commerce, quick commerce, right? So making that whole ecosystem smart and leveraging AI. Just wanted, your thoughts.
Yeah, so Himanshu, as you pointed out, so this is again AI in general across different domains, right? So we will cover some, use cases on marketing, but not go, let's say, in very finer details of digital marketing. We'll talk about, areas where, AI has, changed the customer experience part, but not, let's say, too much into the finer details of digital marketing, because that's not the intent of this program.
Okay, thank you.
But social media, natural language processing, etc., those will be covered. Yes.
Got it. Is there specific tool sets also? Like, there are a lot of tools which keep coming in, right? Every now and then within the AI,
So few would be covered, but it's a big space, and you will continue your learning journeys. The idea is to expose you to different things, concepts, few tools. Because if I switch between a lot of tools, again, there'll be like an information overload for many of you, and that's not the intent, right? So you have to understand those concepts, understand the application using, let's say, a few tools, but it's not a very, I would say, we cover all the marketing tools. It's not a digital marketing program. So, so unfortunately, we will be cover some retail examples, personalization, etc., but not in details as you asked about the digital marketing part here.
Sure, thank you.
We have a question from Rajaram. You can unmute and speak. Go ahead, Rajaram. Rajaram, we're not able to hear you.
Audible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for this. So while there are practitioners and people from different industries across functions, for frontline folks like me, market-facing folks like me, who meet customers day in and day out, talk to them, be the first line of defense for the company, there are obvious questions that keep coming up during every meeting, during bid defenses and all those sessions. Is this course, will this cater to a frontline salesperson or a frontline sales or a market-facing person?
Yes, so as I think someone asked about, AI strategies. If you are talking about, how you can sort of talk to different stakeholders and understand how AI can impact their business, yes, I would say. But again, how AI is being used for for different sales operations, yes. But there will be a lot more. We just, as I said, it's going to be like AI for different other application area. And if you think that some of these could be borrowed in for your current role, I mean, that will be great.
Understood. Noted. Thanks so much.
Rajaram, you can share your details. I think we will connect with you, one-on-one and have a considered discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are there any other questions? I think we've also kind of almost around 1 hour, 20 minutes. Professor, how are we doing on time?
Yeah, we can have a couple of more questions if there are any.
I think floor is open. Anybody wants? Yeah, Akhilesh, I think go ahead. You can either unmute or put it on the chat. Please. Sumak, anybody on the chat that we missed out? Yeah, Abhijit, please unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, Mr. Niranjan Borse has asked one question. So if I can take time from Mr. Abhijit. He has one query, Professor, like which are the tools will be taught during this course for AI, as well as to create the AI agent, moreover for AI automation. So are we teaching any kind of tools? Because he needs a little bit elaborate clarity on the contents given on the question.
We can connect back with him on this probably.
Yes. I think that would be better. Specific questions to be provided with specific answers. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, short questions. Will it be good for the consultant working in the market in the AI space? And 6 to 7 month period is quite a good period. I've done this course in the 3 to 4 month. So 6 to is almost a double the period. So are we going to really expect the case study based discussions, or it will become really a big what do you say, end-to-end application oriented in the organizational, at least the proposal level, that it will go, and somebody can really put it in a strategic way and showing the impact in the finance way or in accounting way that it will reflect. That was in the form of a consulting. That was a question one. Second question, since AI sits in the cloud technology, and our India has talked about IT technology a lot, whereas nobody's really talking about a cloud technology where the things are already sitting, even the IT structure, even the AI structures. So how we are really touching the IT infrastructure technologies in this, because AI is one of the module. Whether it gets applicable or not, is a quite a big ball game. But cloud is not going anywhere. So how we are really touching that, I would like to get your
Good question. I think yes, as you said, it's a long program, and you talked about if cases etc. would be used. Yes, cases would be used. If you have talked about AI strategies etc. Yes, so it's a holistic program on that side. So if will cover all these things as part of the program. And it's not just creating application. As I said, I clarified it multiple times. So there is a strong focus on the business side. And whenever I talk about business side, this whatever you ask, it covers. And we will have discussions on cloud. I think one gentleman also spoke about the cloud computing, etc. So there is a module on emerging tech and AI I spoke about. So within that, we'll have discussions on cloud as well. It's a whole ecosystem, right? As I said.
Exactly.
Then again, it covers.
Yeah, currently AI is the forefront of that ecosystem and impacting the society.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Vinay, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so just I'm from IT background. So my question is this course more of technical or business? What I hear is more of business side. So so end of the course, what exactly I'll be adding value to my IT career?
I think other gentleman also spoke about it. I think you will be the one, depending on after you go, ahead with this program, or you go, you'll be the best person to understand how it has benefited you. We'll expose you to a range of AI applications, AI concepts, and through class discussions to learnings from capstone, from peer learning, uh, you will be the one to understand how it has benefited the most.
Vinay, you could also connect with us one-on-one. We'll have an in-depth discussion on the same, right?
So we have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sumak.
We have a question from Mr. Sunil Kumar. He has asked, like, particularly in the field of cyber security, how this program is going to help. So, what are the topics we're going to cover?
Cybersecurity, yeah, we briefly cover. So, but then it's again, one part of it when we talk about AI, so security, one part of it. So there will be few discussions on it, but it's not the most important dimension that we cover.
Akhilesh, please, you want to ask a question?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening. Actually, am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, actually, we talk about AI in terms of technology, but let's say the person who is involved in the, let's say, global IT program and delivery management area in managing the multiple portfolio of the project across technologies, like there is no boundary into everything, while including the legacy system. So I'm not sure kind of this course particularly if I talk about. So does this give the outcome after learning that in the future roadmap? So basically, based off the course, can we go deep dive to technology to understand technically well and in the ground route to solve technical problems to get command over the project in terms of AI as a technology?
So I think I'll just cover it because few of you have asked this part. So how is this going to help you? So if you think that in your current role, you see projects as on the client side or in your own organization that AI is playing some role, how to understand this whole field in a much more structured way, how to create roadmaps for them or yourself or your organization. We speak about different functional areas also. So some of them will match with your current organization, some of them may not match, but how do you sort of extract some of these learnings from other areas to create a better roadmap for your organization, or if you're a consultant, your client organization. So I think at a high level, these are some of the learning outcomes that will come out. And this is, I will not say this is a program for data scientists, because some of you have been asking me, yes, why do you need to understand the technology part of it? Because until unless you understand how AI works, you will not be able to talk about these things, right? You will not able to sort of create those roadmaps. So the core idea is, how do you better deal with this technology in an organizational setup? What are the different ways you can use it? What are the challenges of using it? How to create, manage the ecosystem? That would be the learning outcomes of this program, and that's what we spoke about at the start of the webinar itself, when I used that PPT to talk about the different elements that we cover in the program.
So, ma'am, if we talk about the structure of the overall program.
So can we connect later? I think probably, because
Akhilesh, what we will do is, we'll connect with you one-on-one and, take you through this, program, because I think we've been at this for 1.5 hours now. And we need to also kind of,
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So, but we will connect with you. Just share your number and details. We'll connect with you. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Right. I think we've answered most of the questions. If you have some more questions, Somak, you can share your details.
Yes,
Prajakta and Somak,
I will.
Yeah, please share your details
I'm
in
sharing
the.
my
Yeah.
Right.
And nonetheless, we will also connect back with you all. I think we'll share the email, we'll share the, program recording also. And, feel free to connect with us, and our counselors will also connect with you. I will also be available. I think some of you all, we will have one-on-ones and take this ahead. Thank you, Professor Adrija.
Thank you
for
so
spending
much.
so much time with everyone, and thank you all, everyone, for a discussion which kind of gets us clarity on what this program is about and how it is going to help each one of us. And we look forward to you participating in the cohort. We already have the cohort which is ready to launch the program. The whole idea of this, webinar was to kind of get people's expectations set, I think, which are very clearly set now. And we look forward to and welcome all of you to this program. The program last date, Somak, is
23rd of October. So we have
23rd,
yes. So I would appreciate if those who are interested kindly apply as soon as possible. Those who have many queries which you think like you want to ask, can put a mail to me. I can put forward it to Professor Adrija's desk, and she can reply to it. So which can help you out to take a decision on admission. And because the seats are filling up fast, I would request you all to go through the brochure. I have already shared the brochure in the chat, as well as you can download it from the website. And individually, we will be connecting you. Our advisor team will be connecting you over call. So if you kindly attend those calls, and if you have any queries, they are open to clear all your queries and guide you accordingly to the admission process. So I appreciate all of you to revert on the calls and mails. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions and time. Thanks, Team VC now. Thanks, Mr. Mehta.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. And the
everyone.
recording will be shared to you soon. Thank you so much.